Hello, everyone. This session is going to be about understanding the key components on the ServiceNow homepage. To make it simple, let's take a tour of the homepage together and see how each part helps us navigate and work within the platform. It has mainly three areas: the banner, which is at the top of the page, and then we have Application Navigator, which is on the left side, and the content frame in the center. Now, on the banner, the first thing at the left side we see is the logo or branding, which also acts as a quick reset button. Single click on this one will always bring us back to the home page. Next, we have tabs like All, Favorites, and History. This one acts as a switch on what records to be displayed in the Application Navigator area. Either it is a list of applications or the personalized favorite items or even the recently accessed modules or the records. And then we have workspaces. This one will list out all the enabled workspaces available within that instance for the user to select. And then we have admin. This part is mainly used for developers. They will be able to uh, control the system by doing certain configuration and setup using the admin controls. And then we have search bar. This is also called as global search bar, a quick way to access any record within the system using this global search bar. And then we have application scope selector, which is mainly used by the developers, which will allow them to select on which application scope they need to make changes and what is the update set in which these changes has to be captured. And then we have chat option. This one will enable the logged in agents or logged in admins to have a discussion with fellow agents on a particular record or on a particular page within the platform. And then we have help resources. This one will provide any information, documentation, or learning material if anything is configured for that page or for that record. And then we have notification panel, which would display alerts, approval, or any record that would require user action and keeping the users up to date in real time. And then finally, we have the user profile menu. They have multiple controls over here, like user will be able to access his own profile information and see certain details related to him or her, like their data, email, roles, groups, data, date format, and then time zone. And they will be able to make certain changes based upon the role they have. And then we have preferences. This is where people will be able to customize their display, language, time zone, and theme, and also make certain preferences for the notification, like either enabling or disabling certain notification individual level by toggling the respective notification toggle buttons. And then we have the logout button, which allows user securely log out of the session. Now coming to the application navigator, this is what it is on the left side, and it will display either all which will display all applications and menus, or the user can pin the favorite section where it will be displaying all the items that have been favorited by that user. And they also have an option to pin the history tab, which will be displaying recently accessed records, list, or any page by the user. And it will be displaying a records up to 30. And using this pin icon, they can either have it on the left side or they can unpin from the page. Now let me pin it back. Now this is the area where the center area, which is like a content frame, where all the work will be happening. This is where the list load, and this is where a individual record opens, and this is where an agent will actually perform his work either on the list or on the record. Let me open a list or any record and see how that displays. This is the this is the list view where all the records for that for the table will be displayed, and the users will be able to sort or filter. And we will see deeply about this one, like how to set the filters, what are the views available, how they can filter, set the filters for their own personalized filters, how to customize this list. That all we will be seeing in the further session. And this is the list view. And then if a person opens one individual record, it will open the in detailed record details over here, and this is called the record view. And either it can be a list or a record, all the details will be opened in the content frame. And based upon the need, the person can pin or unpin this one so that it can use the full screen size. So that's what we have on the ServiceNow homepage: the banner for quick access tool, application navigator to access the modules, and content frame where actual real work happen. Now, with these three, we know how exactly to move around and get things done in the service now. This is what we have for the session. And now let's connect back in the next session to understand more about ServiceNow. Thank you, everyone.